Lounge. Welcome back to another week. We got a lot to talk about, man, before we get into it. But with that being said, you got your host, none the less. You know what's good. You got Jared.
You already know. The J. Jones, you feel me?
Go ahead, AJ.
All right, we got me. We got AJ, handsome phenom, man. You already know where to find me.
With him. And I'm excited to talk about these three gentlemen that's on the show today, man. You know, we got a lot of history. They all got some crazy backgrounds and perspectives, man. I really don't know how y'all actually intertwined in life, so I got to hear more about this. But you got entrepreneurs, you got investors, you got fashion designers, man. You got everything under the sun. You got consultants, everything in this room. So I love the swag, I love the energy that's in here. So we got none other than Ron P in the building, man. What's up, baby? I'm glad to have you on, man. We got the South, the East kind of South, and we got, of course, you know, Chicago being bred.
From the South.
You got your boy Charles in the building, man.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Bobby B, what's up, man?
What up, Chicago?
Yeah, man, we happy to have y'all, for real.
Y'all gotta make sure y'all talking to the mic now. Don't be shy.
Now, walk us through, like, how did y'all paths even intertwine? Like, I don't even know a lot about that piece, man. I just know y'all popped up on the scene together out of nowhere, and I'm just like, God damn, how did three of y'all
Where this new black
like
club
link up,
coming
man?
from?
What's up?
I think I can take that one, Rob.
You the glue, huh?
I mean, you know.
Everybody.
But of course, Ron and I are from the South, Mississippi and North Carolina. And I moved here in 2013. Ron, you was a little, 2012. And funny, we lived in the same apartment building in Bronzeville.
Shout out, Ron.
I had a blue pit bull, and everybody was scared of me except for Ron. So I used to be like, who is James Harden? And I mean, yeah.
Keep it, I'll keep it.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was funny. I was in the hotel industry, hospitality. Ron already had Civilized Empire, so he was already doing a few things with them. And one day, out of the blue, man, we just started chopping it up after work. And he found out what industry I was in. He throwing parties, and his problem was getting venues. Yeah. And I was like, bro, that's all hotels are venues.
Damn.
And so I think our first event together was New Year's Eve, 2015, going into 6.
And it's just y'all two?
Yep. It was just us two at this time, and then our boy Darren.
That's
Darren Roker.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and
shout him out.
we looking for New Year's Eve venues all over the place, man. And one day Ron came to my hotel at the Knickerbocker to just have lunch, and I took him into the ballroom, and he was like, "Dude, what you doing? We looking for spaces. You got the right space the whole time."
True.
Ron had a business card in his pocket from this girl out of New York with Sarah. Called her up. She sponsored it, connected us with somebody else. And that's how it all started, man. Me and Ron and Darren did the flyers in Ron's apartment one night. Sold out 700 tickets in 2 weeks.
Damn. And y'all not even from here.
Nah.
So how did Bobby get in the picture, man? How you get in the picture, Bobby? I gotta hear this, dog. Go ahead. Let's hear it, Bobby.
That sounds like a funny story, huh?
I feel like, man, there's a story behind this. What's up?
Oh, Ron, I thought you was going to take the lead on that one.
You got it, bro.
From my recollection, from my recollection, we actually met in the gym. Like, we had seen each other around, the nightlife, the social scene, and they had just started working out, and at this time, I was like a gym rat. So I don't know how we just sparked up a conversation in the gym, and it was on from there. We just like, yo, let's get some money together.
So y'all lost your homie, y'all added Bobby. Is that right?
Yeah, not lost him.
I like to keep that.
Not lost him. He just he had started a business.
Y'all lost him as part of the group.
Visions change, right?
Yeah.
Different endeavors.
I ain't saying y'all not friends no more. I'm saying like
Oh,
he's not part of. Yeah, he's not part of the group no more though, right?
He met his now wife at
Yeah.
the time. They were just dating. And he was getting off the scene.
Hey man, yeah.
You can't get swallowed in this.
You can't. I just feel like, you know what, let me just sit in the background, make this, go ahead, do what you gotta do, we gonna be good, something like that, man. Hey, so I'm excited because y'all own
The hottest.
We're partners with.
One of the hottest, man, and even going down in history, I must say, the most based on the location, based on the type of people, and as well as the black community actually fucking with y'all hard from West Coast, South Side, it don't even matter, Indiana, shoot, I was meeting people that was coming from Indiana that was coming to this black-owned venue, and the fact is it wasn't like no hood venue, like it was sexy. loungy kind of vibe that could turn to the club, but everybody was like rocking with y'all, man. So how did y'all even get that? I mean, shoot, when was that? That was 2018?
2018.
2018.
Right.
So 2011, 2012, or 2012, 2013 is when y'all came.
Yeah.
So damn, 5 years
5
later,
years
let's
in
just
the
say
making.
5 years later, y'all connect with Bobby at the same time. Y'all connect with some of y'all other partners, and then y'all go ahead and purchase one of the best black-owned venues, man. How was that?
Well, I think it's kind of like a twofold story. I think that we always, after we would, do events where we have to put up credit cards for $15,000, $20,000 for.
Wait, more than that.
I agree, more than that. I'm being modest. I'm being modest. But then we would, put out a deposit, but the venue itself would always make the most money. If we make $50K, that means the venue made $150. You see what I'm saying? And so one day we were just consistently like, one day we're gonna find our own spot, we're gonna find our own spot. And we were young, we were eager, so we didn't really know a lot about the owner aspect, but we knew we could handle the promoter aspect of it. And so in the midst of these conversations, I think I woke up probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning and randomly sent them a text message to this venue. It was just like, man, I wish we could get something like this. And that just started the ball rolling. And, we got together with a couple of investors who had faith in us and just solidified a deal and tried our best to, make some Chicago history.
Damn, I like that, man.
And I honestly say, I think a lot of it stemmed from, y'all been around in the industry. It's like venue access, man. Like,
Tough.
It's frustrating.
Especially in prime location.
You putting one pages together, pitching to establishments. You get an inch of hope, thinking you're going to get one night, you know what I mean? Or we'll take the slowest night. And then just to be disappointed because they don't want your audience. So I think a lot of that put fuel, put some fire in our backs. And that's really what kind of, pushed us in that direction.
Yeah, and if I can piggyback on that, I think that was, like Ron said, that was one of our biggest motivations, was to have our own space so that we could be that outlet for DJs, promoters.
True.
Like Bobby said, he was being modest. We was putting up credit cards for them New Year's Eve events for 40 to 70K. Like it wasn't tipped, like it was 40 to 70K. But we believed in it, and they always worked out. And like I said, one of our biggest things was being able to have a venue to where, like this, I don't think any promoter can say that they had to put up a credit card with us, because we understood that struggle. Come here and do your best.
Some of you probably should have collected credit
on the owner aspect, but let's not get it misconstrued in the sense of like it wasn't easy.
No.
Right? Unlike a lot of where the industry is now, there weren't people vouching for us. We didn't have a vast network of people in the nightlife saying, yo, get this venue, get this venue. We know these cats over here. We know the bartender over here.
Political ties.
Yeah,
that's much of a part.
Yeah. Like we were literally like writing up one pagers, sitting over documents and emails,
Following
scripts,
up, asking what's going on.
Right. There was no one back when we were doing it vouching for us. Nobody came and said, hey, let's do a party together. Not once, that from my recollection, that they came at us and were like, yo, let's do this collaboration, right? From even just me doing it by myself, there was nobody front money for me. I was on my own trying to, create flyers. This back when we were doing parties where you actually had to get flyers printed.
And hand them out.
Without 40,000 followers on Instagram, no basketball players in our photos. Like it was a struggle to get to the point where we got to. It wasn't easy. We paid a lot of dues, put in a lot of work and slept and didn't make money for a while in this. On the outside looking in, people will see you, you got 600, 700 people at a party, but they don't know that party took $30,000 to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And where they spending at? Like, shoot, are they spending at the bar? Are they spending at the tables?
Yeah.
Is it just the tickets? And all of a sudden they slow with it. But I'm a challenger. You brought up a really good point as far as like when it come down to it. People, like other people weren't trying to partner with you. They weren't trying to like throw parties with you, stuff like that. Even when it comes to promoters, because viewers know I got a love-hate relationship for promoters. Like I said, I could probably count on one hand how many promoters I really rock with. And I preach this all the time to the ones that I actually fuck with. It's like, yo, y'all own the city. Like, everybody want to come where y'all are. They want to be a part of the vibe. Why don't y'all start buying up the block? Like, start getting some ownership, some equity or something like that, especially if you're making these places so much money. But the problem that I see to this day is that nobody wants to share the money amongst, like, black promoters.
Yeah.
Bro. And it's like, it's mind-blowing when I see it. I'm just like, yo, they taking advantage of both of y'all, and the only reason why they taking advantage of both of y'all is because one of y'all can't really like figure out, like, this is a game that they playing. Like, y'all need to be leveraging y'all network, what y'all got against them.
And only thing that I'll say to that from at this point is I would like to tell promoters, stop coveting these venues, and please understand that you're a worker if you don't own the venue.
Yeah.
100% though. I mean that's just facts. That's
Just facts, but it's not for some people.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not, unfortunately.
What I will say though is, like, I'm seeing a lot more, collaboration over competition. You know what I mean? I see, like, now in 2022, 2021, like, you got 5 promoters on one venue.
You have to.
And before it was like every man almost stand for themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well, but that's also because a lot of venues won't let you have what they describe as a black night anymore,
or urban night.
or urban night. So
It's too
you
urban.
see what I'm saying? So in order to do numbers, you gotta collab these days, you know. But it's out of respect, and I think collaborations work well as long as everyone understands their position.
So how do y'all feel about when people steal y'all days? Well, you about to ask that? Where it's like, y'all know I throw this event on Wednesdays.
Right.
You got 3 other days out the week that's like okay in Chicago.
Right.
Why you gotta pick my day?
Well,
How do
I
y'all
put it
feel
like
about
this.
that?
I like this, and I can only speak for us 3. We think differently. We don't care about that. Know why? Because my party is gonna pop based on the work that I put into it. You know, you can have 5 parties on the Wednesday, but if you're not doing the work, that's one thing I can't say about us 3. We ain't never shaded or shitted on anybody for trying to do something on the night that we're doing, or trying to do the same thing, because we understand we're in the 3rd largest city in the U.S. It should be 1 million black venues.
I was just about to say, if two busing parties that can hold 300 to 500 people on a Wednesday with all black people, that sounds
Like a win to me.
And trust you, we have talked about this before, to where we wanted to talk to the black venues that were open. I will say 2019 and 20 to say, hey guys, everybody knows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are the slowest days of the week.
Yeah.
How about I close on Tuesday, you close on Tuesday, and we're all going to push everything to you on Tuesday.
Yep.
Wednesday, y'all close, push everything to me. What people don't understand is that's 4 nights a month for each venue, right? On a downtime. Those 4 days, if it's popping, pays rent, bills, payroll, and it's 4 days a month. So a lot of it, and this is just the age hotel, we can only blame ourselves. Us as a culture don't funnel in with each other and take care of each other as a family like we should. It's too much. I'm going to get it, and I'm not worried about nobody else.
Trying to one up the next person.
Can't be like that.
A lot of people still have a crabs in the barrel mentality.
Facts.
And it really messes with your money if you're not, if you don't know who you are.
Yeah. No, I mean, you said it right there. That's Chicago. That's definitely Chicago.
You know, I tell people to simplify it. McDonald's not really checking for Burger King.
Yeah.
You're true.
No, you're right.
Right across the street from you.
You got a quarter pounder, fuck it. I'm gonna put seeds on mine.
Yep. And I got a little bit something for burgers. You're exactly right.
It's still a burger at the end of the fucking day.
It's the big dial or
But at the root of it, it's still a burger.
Yep.
So I don't really care how you dress your shit up. I'm gonna make mine, and I'm gonna brand mine to where you think that this beef patty is, you know, organically grown.
My God.
Unless you Chick-fil-A.
Grass fed, healthy for you. I'm gonna put a spin on it. You see what I'm saying? I ain't just gonna throw it out there with some ketchup and some cheese and call it a burger.
I feel it.
So I know that, just like being in Chicago and the party scene in Chicago and things like that, like, how do y'all as owners like position yourselves to get in those spaces that are traditionally like white spaces or like white venues, you know what I'm saying? Like, say if I want to, because y'all talked a little bit about like how much it was a struggle, you know what I'm saying, early on, but like how do you, what kind of work needs to be done in order to like get in those rooms with those folks where you're just like, okay, well, we want to collab, or we want to even so buy this space. You know what I'm saying? To have this for our people, like.
Ron probably the numbers guy anyway.
Nah. The silent assassin.
I just had to think back to my days of like trying to chase venues. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
some horrible experiences, bro.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I brought it up earlier. But like, I mean, essentially, first you got to find the right resource in the venue, right? Like, who's the right contact? Who do I reach out to? See if you got any like political ties to this person or any common friends that can even connect you with the
Right.
person. Or else that could be the first chase, right? Like, emails, after emails, phone calls, getting ignored. You just really got to knock on those doors. And then once you identify that person, it's really like, I mean, you almost got to put on a facade.
Yeah.
know what I'm
You do?
saying?
Yep, you gotta play the
What
role.
you going to wear. And it's like an
Becomes
interview,
corporate
right?
after a while.
Yeah,
Yep.
it becomes corporate. Like, you got to put on your corporate hat. It even came to a point to where we would bring another race in the room just to try to help balance the load. To
Yeah.
the
Make them feel
conversation.
comfortable, yeah.
Feel comfortable, and that's sad that we had to do that as black
Agreed.
professionals. You know what I'm saying? We all come from working backgrounds.
Right.
We're no threat, but to them we're a threat.
Yeah.
But just to fast forward, I mean, you got to put your best foot forward, put a one-pager together, present it in a way that it makes the venue it makes sense for the venue.
Yeah.
Sometimes that does come with what Bobby said, where you really walk out of there like, we got the venue, but how
We
gonna
not,
make some money?
we not
Right,
they
right.
Like-
taking so much from us, but
Yeah,
it's the
like
opportunity that's in
they
front of you.
giving us 10% on
100,000.
10% out the bar, and we gotta pay.
now.
We gotta pay the DJ, flyers,
Gotta pay the flyers.
put a marketing ad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we walking out there with
And pay
$50 a
security.
person.
Right.
Yeah.
600 tickets.
Exactly.
Yeah, like so. I mean, that's kind of that was a struggle, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what really pushed us on this journey. Or once you find that venue that it makes sense, you lock in, right?
Yeah.
You hold
Yeah.
on to them and you just build from there. So that's why I will say we don't got a lot of venues out here, bro. Like,
It's not. It ain't.
it's very limited.
It's
Slow,
not.
slow
Especially
developing.
for our people. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna harp on it.
And then,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, then y'all transitioned to where y'all throwing parties at Soldier Field. Like how many people was at Soldier Field?
5,000.
5,000.
I remember
Oh, that was that one year.
5,000.
If you wasn't here that weekend, boy.
Hey, look, Ron told us. We got to talk about the struggle before the success.
I'm like, wait, who all was on
How
that?
that whole thing come together? So
Asterisk I want to put on that one incident.
that's true.
With over
Ooh.
5,000 African Americans
That's
in one
crazy.
space,
Yeah.
one historic space in
Yep.
Chicago.
That's crazy.
But you know what? I'm not that surprised before Ron gets to it because, like, my wife knows. Like, Janisa knows. Like, if certain people throwing parties at certain places, like, oh, this is a crazy place. She know I'll look at her and be like, yeah, they gonna turn out good though. 1,500 of them, and all you need is 30% of those people to be the wrong people. And I was like, y'all not worried about. A couple, like 2 or 3 other promoters, I'm not worried about. It's like majority of they've been used, but then other people's like, yo, I'm not going to that event. I just won't do it. It's just nah.
But keep in mind, this was like an event unlike any other.
You're right.
Because it was all-star with hundreds of thousands of people visiting. So
Yep.
you don't really know out of those 5,000 people what the crowd is going to really look like.
That's true.
You know, you got people coming from
I was even nervous.
look, St. Louis.
I was nervous. I was even gonna pack that place out.
Man, a lot of people was.
Bro, I see some people that I've never even seen, and I met a lot of people that were like, "Oh yeah, we live in Chicago."
The thing is, it shouldn't. Like they said, hey, like they said, Chicago's the 3rd largest city. Why is it so hard to pack certain venues out though? You know what I mean?
Shouldn't be, but
For our people.
For our people, yeah, it's
political.
tougher than you think.
No doubt.
And quick question though, do you guys feel obligated to work with black promoters and help them since you guys were in that type of level growing and getting to this point? And have you guys worked with a non-black promoter as well?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Before we open,
Mike.
before we open, that was one of our things because we always know we got black promoters. Sorry to say, because a lot of them are our friends.
Yeah,
we
that's
know
true,
we
that's
had
true.
that.
Yep.
It's bringing in the diversity that makes things like this a longevity. Like you can't depend on the same thing every single time.
Yeah.
One thing that made us successful was we did corporate events, we did baby showers, we did bar mitzvahs, we did all of it. You know, hey, I mean honestly, honestly,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like we did everything. I used to use this phrase all the time. We wasn't a one-trick pony. Like we didn't just depend on nightlife. So with that being said, like you said, we did. Our main goal was to have a venue so that our brothers and promoters did have somewhere to have their events.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, we definitely tried a couple of the Asians and stuff like that. It's hard.
I was wondering. I'm like, did y'all try some white dudes? Racist?
I never really met a white promoter.
To be honest, I think what happened with us, like when we created Persona, even if you look up the definition of the name, it's a space where you can be and feel whomever you would like to be, right? You can take on any persona you want to be. If you feeling like you want to wear cowboy boots and be a cowboy this night,
I've seen it.
I don't care. Like long as you patronize us. But the downfall to Chicago and the hint of segregation is that once we were labeled a black-owned venue,
Confrontation.
we were typecast.
Yeah, trouble crowd, right?
Not even just a
That's why
troubled
that's why
crowd,
the
but
cops was in front for no reason sometimes.
no, but not even just a troubled crowd. Like that wasn't it. It was just the fact of others who are non-black felt that African Americans were the majority of patronizers there, so they didn't come.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know, no fault of ours. That's just Chicago's nature.
No, I get
like
it.
you know, coming across that bridge gets a little fishy.
I wouldn't even say Chicago's nature.
Nah,
I'm
Chicago.
gonna say it's that particular group's.
What group?
No,
Yeah.
What group?
That the people that can't really, like, that are not African American, that are like not minorities, like when they, no matter where you're at in the world, no matter where you're at in the world,
Oh yeah, they
no matter where you're at in the world,
I feel like
it's like minorities don't mind going into like a general population type.
it's everyone else that are afraid.
What about the other venues in other cities such as Houston,
Same.
LA, you know,
Same.
Dallas? It's easier to hold those spots down than Chicago is for black-owned businesses, I feel like.
Oh, for black-owned businesses. Okay, that's what I was speaking of.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, well, Atlanta's a lot younger city, but I agree with you, though. Yeah, I agree with you. So then, how did y'all actually get to that point of Soldier Field, packing out? Because y'all couldn't have done it by yourselves.
Okay.
Where's the partnerships? What's up?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, what's up?
It's crazy.
What's up?
nah, but I mean, that was a great weekend altogether. So I'll go through the whole weekend. Ron literally told me and Bobby, like, fellas, we can't sleep this whole weekend. We started on Thursday. Bum B on Thursday at Persona. Friday was Persona. Saturday, of course, the day party was Soldier Field, and at the same time, we had Arenz Tate and his brothers at Persona.
Shout out to Tate. Yeah.
So so Soldier Field came about, and I have to digress. We also had a St. Patrick's Day at the Bear Stadium, which was another big event. So we actually was like, hey, let's see if we can't do Soldier Field for All-Star, because we knew.
Because that was your second
Once in
time,
a
right?
lifetime, yeah. This comes once in a lifetime for All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
We didn't want no 800-person venue. We wanted 2,000, 3,000, 4,000.
So how do you even?
Well, here's the thing. We put a couple sub promoters on the
Okay.
Sigma Chris was a sub promoter with us. Mike Mosley, Afro Track, right? Great brothers.
he was on that team?
No, it was Sigma. It was Sigma Chris,
shout out Sigma.
Mike Mosley, and Afrofusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's why I was confused. I thought that was his.
I thought
Sigma
it was
Crips.
Sigma
Sigma
Crips.
Crips. I didn't know they all was on it.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
We brought him in
Okay.
as one of our sub promoters.
Oh, yeah, and he was promoted, though. I remember.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, hey, this is cool. For sure.
We brought them in, but yeah, that's something that we did. We signed the contracts, our name was on it. We was responsible.
That was smart, though. That was smart, actually.
You can't do it alone.
And it's actually a great way to actually see how things should move, because, I mean, you guys had a great following. Sigma Chris has a great following, and of course the other people. But being able to actually partner with the right people in the right point. Because like I said, if Sigma Chris throws a 2,000 people party by himself for some reason, I'm going because I know the crowd is pretty good. Like it's usually not. I mean, every now and then, right? But that's everybody. Same way with y'all. If y'all throw an event, I have the expectation like it ain't gonna be crazy. Now there's some other promoters out there where it's like, man, it's like flipping a coin.
Most
I really know.
So would y'all say that was your most like successful event to this date? That's
As
what you
far
feel?
as monetary, I would say. Shout out to everybody who got those big checks. And then something that I want to piggyback on is the fact that, once again, we're talking about collaborations. We've also collaborated with Privé.
That's right.
We've collaborated with Posh. Like, we've never been afraid
Partner with other.
to partner with them or even throw a party against them because, you know, we grown. Everybody's trying to eat. We all got families to feed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if you got a day party on St. Patty's Day and I want to do a party on St. Patty's Day, let's go for it.
Let's go big. Let's
May
go
the
big.
best man win. Hell, if your party in an hour or two later than mine, I'm going to slide over to yours and throw some money your way.
We've all done it. I've seen it.
And that's who we are. Like I said, if we're throwing a party on the same time as somebody else, if we fell out, I mean, if we sell out, we're gonna push them to our youth. And, you know, hopefully that's reciprocated, but I can only speak for us. But I mean, that's just who our nature is, man. We ain't never been stingy. We ain't never been a crab in a barrel. Like, we've always been about helping each other and just having fun.
The industry's
Like, we
toxic,
all-
though, dog.
We've always had a mentality of everybody eats.
Everybody
And another group I like to shout out is Party Rockers and Dope Boys.
Okay.
True.
They did some nice events with me.
No, you're right.
So, along the lines of, you know what I'm saying, y'all saying everybody eats.
Kendall Hearns too.
Hey, there you go. Yep.
Along the lines of everybody eats. So I don't know if you know, but me and AJ, we were part of this promoting group. I don't really consider myself a promoter, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a part of the group very briefly, you know what I'm saying? I still do. I still do from time to time. But
Take five events.
It was a shot lights.
Take five?
Okay, take
Take
five.
five events.
I was a part of the shot lights.
R&B group.
Take five. Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
But as you guys are growing, as you're getting bigger, y'all getting bigger contracts, bigger venues. Like, how do y'all keep the same synergy amongst each other to where it's a point where everybody is still happy, but no one feels like they're getting bigger than the group or they're more important to the group than everybody else?
Everybody eating and growing.
I almost think that's impossible for us three, man. Like, we all know it. We all know our roles. Like, we've been doing this for a long time. We done throw some big events together. We've owned together. I don't know. I think now it's just brothers. Like, we don't care about that shit. Like,
But
I think we done bump heads.
I was just about to say that.
of course you bump heads, but yeah.
So and I made a post
And
like,
that's one of y'all actually left and then came back.
Nah.
It's never been that type of.
I was like, I'm gone. I'm quitting this shit.
It's
I ain't gonna lie. That New Year's Eve party Charles mentioned, man, with me and Charles about, hey, we like, let's go outside. Like, this shit getting annoying. Like,
I was a senior sales manager there, and we know we were supposed to have 400 people. Man, we looked up, we said 700 something. I said, Ron, they gonna fucking fire me. Hey, look, I told Ron, I said, why you sending me a ticket? Hey, I never seen. I said, oh shit, I ain't fucking Ron. That motherfucker. But that was a brotherly, you know.
You under promise?
Yeah. But I look at it, if we do have a disagreement, it's a brotherly disagreement, not I ain't messing with you.
Right, exactly. And that's why I said it's brotherhood going through those type of stripes.
Yeah. And then it's also a level of respect
Right.
and understanding like our powers. You see what I'm saying? And our weaknesses. Like, it's certain qualities that he has that I know are not for me. Like, we assign each other tasks. You see what I'm saying? Like, Charles, go in there and kill him with that Southern charm. You see what I'm saying? Like,
you're right,
Like,
though. And
they be
there's
like-
a lot of self-awareness, though, and acknowledgement from each individual and then collectively as a group.
Yeah.
The only commonality is y'all, all three of y'all are from different places, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
imagine
But that's-
replacing y'all. I think that's a good thing.
That's a good
and
thing.
we talked about that in the last episode, right? When it comes down to, like, growing and like managing friendships, that if all I know is Chicago, well then I'm only thinking as big as Chicago is from culture, from just what they experience. But if I go to Arizona, if I go to Florida, if I go to Cali, like I'm experiencing different cultures now. I'm meeting different people, so now I can actually grow more. And I think that's the piece that y'all got. Because you take away y'all three and put 3 Chicago people, I can't. I love my city.
I think it can be done.
It can be done.
I'm a Southsider too. I'm from Inglewood, Robert Taylor.
That's a good point you bring up too, because I think that's why this works, right? Like, you know, I'm not from here. Charles not from here. Bobby's from here, right? That was already mentioned, my fault.
No.
But,
Are you good?
I think I had an audience of, transplants, right? Like my court audience was like young professionals working downtown.
Yep.
You know, they, majority of them ain't from here either. You know, that's where we kind of connected at like series.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in the professional networking scene.
Right.
So that's kind of how I built my core audience, and Charles as well, from his industry. I mean, I think that's where when Bobby came into play, I'm like, yo, where I need help at, I ain't got no bottle poppers. I got these young broke professionals that be balling, but like we all broke. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got no bottle poppers. So when we submerged or merged, it was just like good synergies.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then once again, we respected each other's position.
Right.
There was never a situation where, like, I'm trying to tell him how to do a certain thing, like, because if that's his specialty, like, he's a relationship guy. He'll remember 500 people names, and I'll just be sitting in the back like, like for real. I'm like, bro, what's old boy name? Man, I just showed you. Ron B don't knew what school he went to, his mama name, and everything. I'm like, bro, you just met him. But and they always talk about me because they be like, you Chicago niggas are hard.
Yeah.
Like, you look at everybody with a side eye and you don't trust them. I said, bro, because Chicago is a city of hustlers.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
And
you
Chicago got some
you
wolves.
hustle by your own friend. You ain't know it this whole time, man. But it's funny that you're not lying about that comment. Shout out to my cousin CJ, man. But,
Tell us that story.
that's that cousin. But he legit, like, when you start elevating through life and you got, like I said, different experiences, different exposures. Like, he didn't have that same background. He moved like maybe 2 other states, but it was still like not that much of exposure. So literally, he's at the club with me. Shoot, I mean, I ain't got no enemies, like direct enemies at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may have enemies, but not direct enemies. And literally, he's at the club and he's not having a good time. I'm like, what's up? And I could just see his face. He's just like, everything. Like, everybody dapped me up. He used to be like, I'm like, yo, that's my cousin CJ. He'd be like, yo, what's up? What's up? I'm like, yo, it's okay, bro.
Lighten up.
I said, you safe.
You safe.
At least for now, like in the club. You run outside, get a picture of me, and he's back home. But you safe. But that's how we grew up, though.
Yeah.
Where it was just like you had to question every person that came
Most
around you, especially if you know them.
Yeah.
So when I go to other cities, man, Chicago gets a bad rep with the violence, obviously. So I was in Houston not too long ago. Early February. And this one dude, I came out there and met up with my boy. His friend was like, man, you from Chicago? Man, I ain't never been to Chicago, but I'm scared, man. I'm like, man, it ain't no reason to be scared. But 5 minutes later, we was outside. 5 minutes later, I'm in Houston, shootout. I'm ducking shit. I'm like, man, this ain't never even happened at a club in Chicago. You talking about you scared of Chicago.
Now I tell people all the
Man,
time,
like,
yo, if you scared of Chicago, like, don't come in.
don't come, bro. But
Yeah,
it's crazy. Other cities,
you ain't never been to, like, never,
exactly.
like, and there's beautiful people there.
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
Don't go there.
Oh, man.
So I'll take
It's
it
violence
personal.
everywhere, man.
So I mean, what's some of the craziest things? Because I have my share of nightlife.
My share.
But y'all have had to seen a lot of crazy things. So what would y'all say?
Yeah,
is
what's
the
the-
most
what's-
craziest thing y'all seen about-
One from
all
each.
three, y'all.
It can't be the same. It can't be the same scenario either.
I'm finna take one from him with me. I remember vividly.
Plead the fifth if it's about yourself. Okay. So,
Are you talking about what happened in Persona?
no, any club.
Any club?
But you can say persona. I mean, y'all were club. Y'all are owners, so it could be persona, or it could just be like, yo, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Because y'all threw a lot of parties too.
Yeah.
So y'all had to have seen.
I
I've
think
seen some
the
wild stuff.
craziest thing I ever seen was a girl literally jump over a table and a couch at a dude
To fight them.
to fight him. Knocked over the table. Somebody's bottle service. Everything fell. Cut this girl's foot wide open.
Yikes.
We had to call the ambulance and everything for her. I ain't never seen
Yikes.
anything like that. And when I went back and looked at the camera, bro, this chick flew across the room.
Did she get him?
I said, yeah. I was like, what the hell is going on?
She was mad.
She was pissed. But like I said, and I don't recall a lot of crazy stuff. I don't.
I mean, that's crazy though.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that was just that took the cake for me. I was like, man, we gotta start watching these girls. The dudes ain't doing nothing. We gotta start watching these
Girls
girls.
start most of the fights though. What about you, Rob? What you have seen? Because you always the sober one, so you really can't like.
Wait. What? Wait. He said he's always a sober one, like we drunk all the time.
You gotta come back to me.
Only if you feel that way. It's only true if you feel that way.
You gotta come back to me, man.
Recollect.
You gotta come back to me. I gotta think on it.
Go ahead.
I done
There's a lot
seen
of
some
experiences.
things though.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Bobby? Bad. I know I'm putting you on the spot. What's the craziest thing you've seen?
Well, well,
I could say.
depends on your definition of crazy, because at some point it became our norm.
No.
Like,
So then that wasn't the craziest thing. The craziest thing is like, yo, I'm never gonna probably see this again.
So I've seen women make out in the bathroom and then come out and fight each other.
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen guys, strip damn near down to their boots. Remember, dude came out the bathroom pretty much damn near asshole naked.
Yeah.
Like almost like.
Yo,
You remember that?
A guy and a girl in the bathroom too. You see it all, bro.
Yeah.
We had this one party. It was like I don't even know what to call it. Like it was like one of those naked painting parties or something.
Yeah.
But they invited some strippers.
Yep.
And like
So not artists, but strippers.
yeah, and they was just going crazy on the dance floor. Like they moved the furniture out. Or they like putting
I was looking on
putting candles in
I was
there.
looking on the candle.
Yeah, you were the only one there. That was your party.
It wasn't my party, but like, I was just in there and awe. I was just in awe.
and he worked it.
Oh, Persona turned into what's the strip club way out south?
Jimmy's.
Something.
No,
Arnie's. It turned into Arnie's that
Arnie's.
night. Like, they got on the bar doing all types of stuff, but I still don't think that's the craziest thing I seen. I gotta think on it. I'm gonna keep thinking.
Man, I forgot who this dude was. Apparently he was famous. I didn't find out he was famous until I seen this happen at Bounce, man. And it was like, everybody kept saying, come to Bounce this night, come to Bounce this night. I go to Bounce, and apparently it's some dude that specializes in just pouring champagne on women the whole time. And literally they blocked off
on them or in their mouth or like
With the
on
gun?
them?
body, everything. Like they see him and they're like, oh, can you get me? Like,
Get me.
Crazy. So they roped off the whole middle section, and they brought in the floaties that be in pools. Yeah. All right. And they had the girls go in there, and they literally line by line would just be like, shh. They like, get me. He's just spraying them all with champagne the whole time, and then they want him to sign his name on their breast. And I just say, you know what? I feel sorry for my dog. I can't protect you from this.
Damn, was it at least summertime at least?
It started spraying, I think. I got the video on my phone still, though. I'll show you later. I was crazy. I was like, yo, did
I like
this
to see
really
that.
happen?
That was Bobby for us at Persona.
Champagne on girls?
Signing titties.
Oh, son. I've never done that in my life.
Hey,
I
Bobby and
I
Ron.
had some fans outside, but I've never signed no titties.
Me
Have you ever signed titties before, Bobby?
Hey, make sure you edit that. Delete that.
Hey, that man's single.
Titties.
That man's single.
I've signed some.
Tom Brady done signed some titties.
I've signed some tatas.
You know that it's not every day you meet somebody that's signed some titties.
Ron and Bobby and Wycliffe
When they
clean.
paying action, you sign titties. Did you sound like Bobby B or what you do? Bobby Love?
Just my initials.
It wasn't Bobby Love.
Because I don't really like, no. It's a whole other.
This is the reform Bobby you looking at.
Yeah, I'm Bobby Love now.
Hey, Charles, tell him about the Michael Jackson situation on the bar.
Michael Jackson.
Walk down the bar.
The
At Persona?
guy.
Did he make it down the whole bar?
But here's the thing. It was actually.
You make it down the whole.
It was actually so. It was
You
actually
fired.
funny and dope at the same time. But we actually couldn't really get mad at the dude.
If he's good, you can't get mad.
Nah, he wasn't good. Yeah,
Right, you backs.
yeah, but he just jumped up on. Hey, he just jumped up on the bar, bro, and started moonwalking down the fucking.
Random.
Picking up with people drinks?
I don't.
Because I'm the type I'll probably grab your leg.
Man, our security guard snatched him off that bar so damn quick. It was hilarious, bro. Like I said, we saw everything, and that was the good thing about it is it was different every night.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
different every day. It was growth. It was friends. It was relationships. It was family.
You're right.
I appreciate the fact now that most people that I meet call it their cheers. It was their cheers, man, and that's something that we.
It's only the older population that can say that.
Yeah, true.
This younger group generation don't know what
They don't know what
But
that
that's
is.
something that we'll always be proud of, no matter what happened. Because like I said, man, me and Ron went from throwing the first New Year's Eve, starting in his apartment, to meeting Bobby, to doing it again, doing it at the Intercon, keep on throwing these parties, and then one day, like I said, we all woke up and was like, bro, we done made these venues a shitload of money. We not doing it no more. Let's find something. Bobby found it. And I mean, we did that thing from A through Z with the renovation, with everything. Like I said, he's the modest one.
remember that, yeah.
But this dude right here, I was getting, like, Ron knew everybody with the business and the corporate stuff and stuff like that. Like, it's something that can never be taken away because we did put every ounce of our energy and stuff into it. Bro, had trouble at home, boy, because I was at work more than I was at the crib. Like
a lot of relationship problems with everyone.
No, I get it though. That's the nightlife for you.
But it was something.
Look at him, he's like,
Side B.
I digress.
Side B.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean I should have came home though.
Look, Ron,
It won't happen again.
My pride won't let me, bro.
I get it.
look.
So how did it go south?
Oh, really? And gonna slide that in?
Not south. So
Hold up.
when did this endeavor end in the next?
But I'm gonna make it clear though. I'm gonna make it clear as far as like, yo, these brothers are still doing things though. Like I said, shoot, whether they consulting other clubs, whether they still throwing events, whether they doing the financing joint, whether they GMs, like they still doing stuff. But they actually building other businesses right now. I mean, shoot, I want to call y'all out, but it ain't open yet. But y'all got some stuff that y'all working on, man. You know, in Bronzeville, that's gonna be opening up pretty soon. Can't wait for it, man.
Shout it out. Go ahead. Potato, potato, coming soon.
325 East Pershing Road.
What's potato?
Potato. It is our rendition. It's the Chipotle of French fries. So our concept is fast food, fresh food fast. So it literally is. Think about going into a Chipotle and all of your toppings and stuff all fresh. We are doing farm raised, from local farmers for all of our veggies and stuff like that. But it's a few different kind of French fries, and not that McDonald's, like these are whole hand-cut fries. So our whole thing is quality. It's always been about quality, even from Persona to our events to this. Fried in
a variety of quality.
Yep.
That's the line for y'all. Take it, write it down.
Yeah, so
Take it, write it down.
French fries is all fried in vegetable oil, nothing in it but that. All of our meats are grilled, from our chicken, shrimp.
Oh, y'all selling? I thought it was just potato. I thought it was just fries y'all was selling.
Oh,
Y'all doing
these
like
fries
that'd be
with
too
twists.
easy.
beef?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beef,
You don't eat
shrimp.
No, I'm just saying.
Beef, shrimp, chicken, and on Fridays we got a surprise for y'all, so we'll wait for that on
Okay.
Fridays.
Can y'all make some elotes fries?
What the hell?
Elotes. I just
That's
gave y'all a
Mexican
gym right there.
corn
I
fries.
just gave y'all a gym right there. Damn, I gotta quit giving people my ideas. But can y'all do this? This is gonna be fire. Just name it after me. Just say less is more.
I like that. You've been waiting to put that on somebody's menu, haven't you?
This is how you try to become an
Less is more. You can put the little asterisk next to the S. Elotes. You say like less. Whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, man. I want us all to win, right? Shoot, I want us all to win. So back to the point at hand, they all still successful. Yeah. When did it start going downhill, man? And by downhill, I mean like there was so much of impact that y'all had at Persona, man. Y'all was running things, but then black people couldn't go there no more.
Hey, Les, we done took some L's, man. Before we even got to Persona, we done took some real L's.
What kind of
Persona you
L's?
saying?
Yeah. As far as
Like
you
when the whole
saying,
Persona thing was starting, you saying?
and I say that to say for anybody out there that's trying to get going and you feel like you're striking out, the group ain't working out, keep going. 'Cause it's a part of the journey. Like, you're going to take some L's, but when you get that win, like that soldier feel when we was talking about, it's like, that's what we did it for.
Yeah.
It's like that shark in the water, right? You could be chasing down your food forever. You get that one taste of blood, and you lasting.
You ready.
You're like, I can keep going now. We
Going
good.
from here. Or for some people, it's finding that right venue. It's take off. You gone,
Let's go back to what we was talking about last week with Ross. It's like people chasing that instant gratification when you really don't realize like how much work needs to go into it for you to actually see the successes of the work that you've put into it. Like you got to be okay with failing a couple times before you realize like, oh damn, I'm finally this is what I've been working towards. You know what I'm saying? But like people don't really have that mindset. Like people really just looking for that. What can I do quick? You know what I'm saying? It really ain't like that in real life.
And look how many bridges they burn doing it though. The people that are looking for that instant gratification.
Yeah.
Like they win very early on, but they burn so many bridges on the back end. So a lot of times
That's the key.
You see them peak. You see them peak at like 5-6 years, and all of a sudden you're like, dang, why can you not get into any other places, or why can't nobody else fuck with you like on that type of level? Like why are you just a distant friend to everybody in the industry?
But burning
No
those bridges
longevity.
doesn't withstand long-term stability, though.
Yeah.
So it's just short-term.
I agree with all of that too. And like when you come up behind somebody that done burn that bridge,
It's hard.
for you, like your team coming,
Now you got to take a L for that last person.
Yeah,
if you want to
taking on their trauma. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The trauma that they done, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like they didn't cause the venue. It's like, now we gotta really fight for our rights in this spot. You
gotta
knock it out
fight
the
for
park.
And that's why we need to work together.
Yeah.
So I know we getting close to the end. I don't know.
We gotta talk about this persona thing. Now I ain't mean to take us off the.
Oh yeah, because you
Go
did
ahead. I took us off
Go
the.
ahead before
I wasn't trying to,
before I get to our final question. Go ahead. I gotta hear this.
Ron is more politically correct than I am.
I keep asking the question, but
Okay, we got you.
So I'm like, am I gonna keep letting them finesse?
No, I got
go
you.
to the last question.
It's like that Chris Rock joint. Everybody's waiting on him to talk about Will Smith.
Yeah.
He just dropped that one line. They were like, yo, we waited this whole podcast.
Right, get to the guts of it.
Them not to say nothing.
Let's drop this one line of me or what's up?
Nah, let's get into it.
All right, let's talk about it.
We can get into it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It was an instance to where two sides started seeing things a little bit.
The partnership aspect of persona.
Yeah, get a fan's eye, the overall summary or idea of like what that situation was like.
A lot of people think it was just me, Bobby, and Charles.
Right, because that's who they saw every day.
So we had a couple more partners, and we had a few B share investors. So we had people that put in a little bit, to be a part of it and what have you. So we didn't do it by ourselves once again. But the primary people was Civilized Lifestyle, which is me, Ron, and Bobby, and another group, ML2.
Right.
And of course, there's an age difference. ML2 is the experience behind a bar.
Okay.
Charles, Ron, and Bobby was the future, and we know what's going on. So I give you an example. It's like my dad telling me how to dress and do Instagram.
Right, I get you. No,
But
I get
my
it.
dad can teach me how to do this, and this. So it's almost like playing your role.
Yeah.
He can tell you how to run a business. He can't tell you how to attract new clients,
Because
right?
that ain't,
And how to relate
that
to
ain't
new
his.
clients.
That's
Yep.
not his world anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it came to a point to where the two main sides started bumping heads a little too much. We always did our thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, that goes back to it. We don't. If you're doing your job, we don't care.
Right.
Let us do ours.
Yeah.
And so it came
playing
to
your
the
role.
point to where roles started getting kind of always. I mean, just
Started getting
just,
muddy.
It just wasn't eye to eye.
Yeah.
Without saying anything horrible, it just wasn't seeing eye to eye. And you could start to see that in our conversations, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, Ron, Charles, and Bobby still busting their ass, and that money still coming in.
Right.
Like, not to toot our own horn, but yes, you got three reputable guys running this place. You got three guys that ain't in no trouble type shit. You got three guys that care about people and doing something dope for the culture and the community. And you get to sit at home and get a check all the time.
Yeah.
Let us do us.
Yeah.
Facts.
So that's
Too many chefs.
And like I said, so now that's my little piece. Of course, we're gonna keep on going, but I'm gonna let them chime in too and say what they want to say.
We got
Man, I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna keep it real simple, man. I think we needed therapy.
That's real, actually.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at a relationship, bro, they all go. You take it personal. Communication. From the start, I feel like we ain't meet regularly. We got this thing. It took off like faster.
Shit was selling.
Faster than we could. It was like
No, I did, though.
Blue magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it did. It
That
did.
shit was gone.
Yeah.
If I'm speaking candidly, it was out of
Like
here. It was
three,
out of here.
ran the city for like 3-4 summers. Like,
And I say that in a humble way, and I think, this was our first bar we owned. Like the money coming in, the money coming in, the money coming in
consistently.
Ain't nobody talking.
Yeah.
It's just like Charles running the place. You know what I'm saying? Bobby and Ron bringing the bodies in. They coming in, doing the back office stuff.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody talking to one another. It's just next week what we got going, who we got coming in. Oh, this celebrity guest, cool. We got this amount of tables. Oh, we oversold. It's just a lot of lack of communication, bro. So I think once it boiled down to it, it's like when we ran into problems, we didn't resolve them. We just kept going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll come back to it. I'll let Bobby speak to it. But let's keep talking about it. It's on
No, I mean, it's a combination of what both of you guys said. And then you all know that I'm always, like, if you know me, I'm always a diplomatic person, right? I don't put a lot of emotions into a lot of things because when people are thinking from an emotional standpoint, you're letting passion overrule actual thought process, right?
Agreed.
and I think that, we could have easily had sort of like a mob style sit down of the families and be like, hey, you may want to kill this person across the table, but for the sake of persona, I'm gonna need you to hold those feelings because persona is feeding
all this,
a lot of individuals. I mean,
yes.
like take into consideration, if you think about the actual business itself, we're feeding promoters,
Yep.
bottle servers, bus boys, securities, DJs,
Bartenders.
real estate,
And one of the most important things, you are circulating the black
dollar
amongst each other now.
amongst
Which,
each
like
other.
you said with Ross, right? Like
Right.
How quick the black dollar leaves the community,
Like-
compared to like the other
Yeah.
type of
Yeah,
currency. I agree.
and I felt like there could have been some rectification of the entire situation by simply just sitting down and putting pride and egos to the side instead of having, as I like to tell my brothers, that line that always comes in is,
Go ahead, say it.
you all know what I said.
Go ahead, say it.
You know when Jay-Z says, motherfuckers saying they made Hove.
Yeah.
That's okay, so make another Hove.
Yeah.
It became that mentality. And then when you saw that you couldn't replicate the process, then it became a real big issue. And it more or less like anger at that point had, to me personally, took over.
Yeah.
And so there was no way that we could have came back to the table.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like trying to get back with your girl after she cheated on you. You know how men are.
What you saying when Dame Dash
I've never got back with a girl before. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying.
when Dame Dash and Hov broke up, so you don't feel like Rockefeller was ever right again?
It wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same.
It all depends on. Depends on how you break up.
Yeah.
It was
You
a
know what I
bad
mean?
breakup.
It was a bad breakup. And it was, and like I said, I think it could have been salvaged that first 30, 40 days. After that,
No.
it was done.
I wasn't.
I disagree.
You was in that room?
I disagree.
Les, I gotta disagree with my bro on that.
We both disagree on that.
I wasn't in the room, but I've been in enough situations.
Hey, what Moneybag
I've seen
say?
enough
What Moneybag say?
situations.
What Moneybag say? He said, "Hey, I don't know. We can keep it cool. We can cordial. We can keep it gangster. How you want to go about it? Like, I really feel like we kept it cool.
When it
Kept
could
it very cool.
We kept it real cool. But anybody else probably would have kept it real gangster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It probably would have went really left.
But this is the reason why I say I don't think it would have worked either way, because the situation, now that I'm hearing the situation, I've been in these and I've seen them to where it's one of those things where you got somebody who you think is your equal, but then they think they not. And then they start, okay, yeah, we go ahead and let you run things, we'll let you go do this. You making us a lot of money. All right, well, you making a lot of money, it seems, for us. I'm not making that money doing my other stuff, so something's not right. And all of a sudden, you start poking holes in things, right? And all of a sudden, your emotions are in it. You're not realizing, like, yo, you still eating, you still getting this bag, you still getting this, and that's just for like.
And you ain't
like
doing
I said,
shit.
I've been around a lot of situations. I've been in some of those situations where it was like a same person, like somebody who's just intelligent, and we are intelligent. We're doing a business together. Should know, like, yo, let's make this money, and think about the impact that y'all talking about, the culture. So when you stop thinking about that, and all of a sudden it's just like, yo, we can't even talk to each other. There was already an issue to begin with.
Yeah.
It was.
And it was jealousy.
It was.
And a lot of
But
times jealousy or envy, one of those two are one.
Yeah, it had definitely got to that point where, people start letting outside people have input in their ears. You know how when motherfuckers get to gossiping, they like, oh, well, people are saying, we don't do this, we don't do that. Well,
Who cares?
who cares? You making $10,000, $15,000 a week. Let's reverse the roles. I would love to not have to come somewhere and spend 8-9 hours a day there and still receive the benefits of that work. Like, I'm a fan of being behind the scene.
I want a residual. I just want to go ahead and pay me out on the side. I'll let y'all run this. I get it though.
I think it got too far out of their hands or their reach. You know what I'm saying? Where they felt like they wasn't a part of it
Yeah.
anymore. But financially, they was
Right there.
There, which
Benefits.
right there. But I feel like
Yeah.
when
It's a power struggle, man.
Power
When they-
struggle, right?
when-
Like ego, pride, and power is always
I
like
tell people the money is just the first thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the money is, the people want the money for the power.
right.
And it's just like in a relationship, once somebody starts to, on their own intellect, starts to feel devalued, there's nothing you can really
Yeah.
say or do to help that person
Overcome those.
overcome those feelings. You're like, what am I supposed?
can't.
What more can I say, or what more can I do to show you that you're appreciated?
Right.
And I got to shout out my dog Charles, man. Like he was the glue, like you
The glue.
mentioned.
He was the nucleus.
Right. He was the neutral party between me and Bobby and them. You know. So I feel like, you know, when it all came down to it, he really took the hit. You know what I'm saying? Like he had persona on his back, like day in and day out, making sure like we was.
And kept a straight face too.
We was, you know, we was moving. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I said, it just kind of goes back to that communication, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
And-
you got three guys that we hustlers, we got business acumen, but at the end of the day, we texting. You know what I'm saying? We handling
And
business
this-
over text.
Right.
And we need it. I don't know if y'all ever experienced this on this podcast, but you almost need, like, shout out to the women, you need a strong woman in your corner. You married,
Yeah,
you
we
need a strong
talked
woman
about
in
it.
your corner to, like, drive the car sometime. Like, we
And
coulda-
bring you down to earth too sometimes.
and bring you down to earth,
You like,
right?
yo, I don't know this dude
Yeah.
Charles been talking to me crazy. Like,
Shout out to all the beautiful women out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm single, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, can we run that back so he can say that? Like, can we amplify what
Shout
he
out
just
to all
said?
the beautiful women out there. I'm single.
And he's single, by the way. Just y'all can follow him, and
It's gonna be the highest rated episode.
a month from now, you're gonna be like, well,
I'm actually engaged.
but what I would like to say, for the record, it was never a situation where our partners never received their just due.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We could not have done it without them.
yeah.
But how many times can you say
Yeah, true.
we can't do it without you? In order for you to just believe it.
And I'll go further, like, and that's one thing.
It's always good to have a pat on the back.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that didn't drive us.
Having a pat on the back never drove us there.
We're not data boys type of guys.
Like we don't have to have it.
Y'all don't need the words of affirmation. Y'all don't need that.
No, not in this, because the work is showing itself.
itself.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to take into consideration, right? We all had lives outside of persona, but it was still our primary goal to make sure that it ran successful. Like you have to take into consideration, no diss to our partners or our ex-partners or whatever the case was again, but we were there, especially for the first years. We would leave our corporate jobs, get off at 5 o'clock. We're persona 5:30, 6 o'clock until 1, 2 in the morning.
Not to mention when COVID hit.
Like, no, we're talking about 2, 3 years before
No, I'm
COVID.
saying not to mention on top of that, y'all were still in there.
We're still in there with masks on, trying to get 50 people in the venue.
People in there, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we had persona on our back. Like, it was our lives. Like, we put in the work. We were there all day, every day. Like, we're on the phone like, yo, can you go to persona do this? Can you go to persona? Hey, I need to go home and take a nap. Can you stay there for 2, 3 hours while I go home and take a nap? I need to go spend some time with my wife and kids. Like, we were taking shifts.
Yeah, we did. Like, and I think that's where when the ending came, why it hit so hard is because, and like I said, we don't need a pat on the back, but I think what we did was taken for granted. And so therefore, like Bobby said, when you try to recreate what we did, that's the reason why it's not gonna fucking work.
Can't do it.
So then with that being said, now y'all, I'm glad we cleared that air, and as we bring it to a wrap, I'm gonna give y'all 1 minute each to tell me, only because y'all know how I feel about, there's no shows out there, you know, the Housewives, you know, and all this other crap. There's no shows out there that say like, oh, this is the greatest promoters, or they was the greatest side piece promoters, like, of this famous, so what's the exit game? Y'all got 1 minute each, what's up?
Exit game.
I'm gonna leave it to you, Bobby. When you can't promote the rest of your life.
You can own the rest of your life, though. You ain't promoting no more.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, you promote too sometimes. So eventually you're gonna stop throwing parties, right?
Why?
Yeah. So you gonna be 60 throwing parties?
Why not?
You gonna be 60 throwing parties?
Why not?
No, I like your vision.
But why? But see, I never look at them as parties.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an artist.
Sensitive about my shit.
I ain't never seen a liquor artist that you can't get
hold on. Now you discredited. Now you discredited work ethic.
Give God credit. When the art is in there.
No, art cannot just be limited to paint.
Okay. I know, but I ain't seen nothing where I'm like, this is zigzags in here.
You're not gonna discredit what we do. We're artists. We're curators. We create events. We create experiences. You can't take that away. Like, I don't discount myself as a promoter. I don't discount myself in anything. Like, I am an artist. I create on the daily. Like, if you're not trying to move your scale forward, you're wasting a lot of time.
I agree.
Like, that's like me trying to say, I know my end date. Why? Like, I'm living, I'm enjoying life. I'm steady creating businesses. I'm constantly recreating myself. Like, my goals and idols are like Jay-Z's and Hoves. Like, you can't stop after a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
I agree. He was wearing throwbacks and now you're talking about Basquiat.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? Hove ain't too old to rap.
Yeah. Our content might change, but we're not going to just what we do
Y'all
is
committed to the game then. I got y'all.
Yeah.
Married to the money, man.
Nigga, listen, Rob.
Nah. For me, my immediate pivot was jumping in the boating game. That was my immediate pivot.
Captain Ron now.
No doubt.
I feel like it's still in the same lane of promoting. Just taking them from land to water. And during the
But you own that boat.
facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
So now the
I'll
ownership,
say this.
yeah,
I'll
boats.
say this like
Let me try the boat.
I'll say this, like during the pandemic when you couldn't be on land,
Yeah, people was
everybody
on
wanted to be on water in 2021. So,
Correct.
But I think from the longevity aspect, when you look at like Let Us Entertain You venue and all these other different hospitality groups, I see us in that space one day.
I agree.
Kind of like grabbing, like I feel like we got out of the mud, and I feel like there's a lot of cats out here that's grinding, and I feel like going back to that collaboration over competition, if we could all sit down at the round table, we really could own some shit out.
I want y'all
Really
to.
could have.
Easy.
Actually, what I
Really could.
envision.
We could have a block.
I will not
like,
say we're not coming back.
Yeah.
we could
That's what I wanted to hear. Y'all gonna owe us your own, and y'all gonna let
have a block.
control everything. We come
Like,
back here.
having a block out here, it could be in Bronzeville.
Yeah.
It could be a black block. It could be wherever. Really, it's just a matter of like having the right people at the right table
Right.
at the right
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I
shout out
appreciate
to all
that.
those people out there that's promoting that,
Yeah, and
trying to be
entrepreneurship
owners
ain't
one day.
easy.
No,
it ain't.
It ain't.
Like,
And
we just scratched the surface on this podcast, but we can really
we
take
can
it
really
forward.
get into the shit.
It's
Like,
we gonna make this 75-minute podcast for sure.
Yeah, like, hey,
I know it can get.
hey, no lie, like trying to get Persona open, bro. We went broke.
Yeah, no, I get
We
it.
did.
I get it. And that's
Like-
what made y'all successful today, man. Y'all still got a lot more ahead of y'all. That for sure, man. So
We got a great appreciation for it.
Yeah, and I wish nothing but the best for y'all brothers, man. For real, success,
of course.
blessings, man. Y'all always got good energy. Y'all like our brothers now. So let them know where they can find y'all. If y'all on social media, if y'all got a little company website, you want to shout out your biz, man, go ahead.
Of course, it's always Civilized Lifestyle.
Yeah.
At Civilized Lifestyle, at Civilized Empire, at Lifestyle Official,
Okay, shoot.
at Black Every Day.
I'm just gonna say Bobby Burke.
Yeah. Drop his name this time.
Just
Yeah, but like Ron said, we
At
coming
Platt.
up in the we coming up into the boating season. Ron got boats, I got boat. So yeah, that's big for us. So yeah, boating. Y'all need boats on this year.
And if they're in Chicago, the new spot now, Tribe.
Tribe, yes.
Tribe, yeah.
I'm a GM at Tribe. Chris,
Yep.
awesome guy.
Yes.
Yep, shout out to Chris. And then reach out to the Gentleman's Lounge if y'all want some
I
boats.
would say shout out to the Gentleman's Lounge, man. I like what
Appreciate
y'all got
it,
going
appreciate
on,
it.
man.
Appreciate you, dog.
Indeed.
It was
Man.
3 of us, so I understand that, the 3 the hard way.
yeah.
Different backgrounds, you know what I'm saying? The synergy y'all bring. I like what y'all doing. I done watched
Appreciate it,
I
bro.
done checked in and watched a couple jumps.
I appreciate
Agreed. Only thing I'll say is sometimes let one of the dark skinned brothers sit in the middle.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, hey, y'all gotta get a
name on that seat now, man. He don't let nobody sit in that seat. Hey, I tried to sit in that seat. Let's like, what you doing, man? In my seat.
I paid my dues. The best man on the light skin brother on your football team in high school.
I ain't know you was this outspoken, Les. I ain't know you was this outspoken, bro.
Man,
Tune in. Let's always in the middle.
I probably would have been in the middle like once or twice. Jared ain't never been in the middle. Ain't never.
After you want to feel some type of way, man.
I'm
trying to tell you a bunch of pent up frustration.
I want this partnership to last, y'all.
So we good.
There we go. Hey, he said we keep it 92%. That's how we need to start thinking, people.
Shout out.
Let's start buying it.
Yeah, for sure, man. So we appreciate y'all for joining, man. Brothers, man.
sir.
Definitely a pleasure having y'all. And y'all can find us, of course, at the Gentleman's Lounge.
Yes, sir.
Got Jay Jones.
Hold on, man. You gonna show
Got Handsome Phenom, you already know, man.
Hey, all right.
They already know where to find me.
Instagram, everything, man. You can find us on Spotify,
For sure.
YouTube, Google. So get ready for it. We appreciate y'all.